Hello and welcome back to Haven and Hearth. I did a little bit of research and discovered what I was missing. It is stoneworking that we need, and of course we will need to discover some stone. And of course I'm also still going to need one other thing, but I actually did in my blind purchases end up buying it. Let's just go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and do that one instead, just so I kind of get both. There we go. And of course, we are going to need two beautiful dreams. Which, harvest. There we go, I've discovered it. There's the second one, because it'll hold two at a time. And let's go ahead and come on around here, and let's see if we can't get a decent angle on this. So I should now, theoretically, there we go, grave cairn. We'll just kind of put that right there. We will start building it. We're going to need a bunch of stuff. And it's important to do this before the body decays into bones. Oh, well, I guess we ran out of that particular stone. So we're going to need a whole bunch of stone here. I will come back in a few once I have enough stone to get finished getting this guy built. I'll be right back. Alright, that should be enough stone to finish up this cairn. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. Alright. So we have a primarily white because the main thing I used was alabaster. Let's go ahead and pick up the body one more time. And go on around. And if I right click on it, there we go. Somber remembrance of the finalities of death. And passing that you watch as old bones are laid to rest, now consigned forever to the quiet of a cold tomb and of eternity. Gain 500 experience points for doing that, and because it was the full body, I should have gotten about 60% of the stuff back. Now, you start with like 35% of it, so I only got a little bit. But it also, yeah, alright, so it boosted my perception up some, and that looks like about all I really got. Okay. Unfortunate, but that is where we are. So let's go ahead, let's start with, we can't really do the ancestral worship thing. We do need to get farming, because that's where we were going to start doing things. Yeomanry, we lost yeomanry. But we don't need it again for a while, so we're okay there. Do I wanna... Oh man, there's so much stuff here. Hunting, we're gonna need hunting. Just kind of trying to get back the things we lost is problematic. Alright, so we got a bunch of these back. That is about all we're gonna get there. Just trying to get our survival back up. And there we go. There's all of our points spent. So as you can see, dying is quite harsh. Now there is one more thing you can do, which is in the ancestor worship, but you can only get up to 70% of what you had back. So that's at the absolute most, and we're at 60. So if I had it already, well, actually, I probably wouldn't even have it already, is the thing. But it might be something to head for in the future. For now, we just kind of sadly need to move forward. As such, let's go put this shovel away, because we're not going to really be doing much of anything with it at the moment. And let's go ahead and get this stuff going here. Now, unfortunately, I don't know. Okay, looks like maybe... Alright, so... No, because we discovered that. I don't know how much... of what we previously knew how to do, where we've gotten back. And I know some of it is waiting on, like, some of the other important things. Like this, like some of the skills that we need to unlock again. Like, oh, you know what? Some of it is probably still going to be behind things like the hides, because I haven't. I think I have to go discover hides again. There we go. Well, we've got the raw hides, which that doesn't count as discovering them, but if we put them in here and let them do their thing, we will count as discovering the dried hides when those are done. Alright, so that death really threw things off. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to effectively cut my recording here. And when I come back, it will be some time later. And hopefully at that point, I will have sort of recouped up to where we were. This is mostly going to be me running around, gathering resources and such again. Just trying to build back up. And that's really all there is to that. I will see you guys for you in a few moments. For me, probably days. Alright, I'm back. It has been over a week since the last segment. I ran out of curiosities even though I was using the cave system to supplement them. Which does mean we have some problems. I just didn't have time to record the last few days, which is why I'm only doing this segment now instead of when I ran out of curiosities. I have gotten up to 8,000 learning points on top of basically getting myself back where I was, roughly. So that's generally a good thing. We do need to do a couple of things. Now, ideally, the path we want to take is farming into tree farming, and that will give us the two things that are going to help us the most in increasing the quality of everything else we do. Obviously, there is a certain amount of other things that will go into specific items, but for the most part, high quality wood items and high quality crops of some specific types are going to be vital to almost everything. But we do need a few additional skills. Now, there is gardening, which if you read, garners improved success rate when unraveling. Oh wait, hang on. Let me come up here. Gains significant more seeds when farming. That's important. And gives you an improved success rate when unraveling silk cocoons. Now that's not going to be so important until we're ready to start doing silk, which is quite a ways off. We have to have our tree farming up and going well and truly before we get to silk cocoons, because part of the process is you need mulberry leaves at a quality higher than the moths you have. So that one's not as important, although it does also allow us to make the gardening pots, which will allow us to grow some of the forageables. Not all of them, but some of them. So that is going to be useful when we have a chance to get it. But what we're looking for here is plant lore. We want to start with plant lore. You gain more seeds when farming, so just like gardening. More produce when gardening, so it's actually good to have that for gardening. And you plant trees with greater success. This is important because there is a failure chance on trees until you reach a very specific skill. And this skill is one of the ones you need to unlock that end skill. So you need to get it anyway. And we're going to want pottery as well, but let's get plant lore first. There we go. That was half our LP. I could go ahead and get gardening for the additional seeds. Let's just take a quick look at pottery. We could do pottery as well. I'm going to pick up pottery. And the reason why is you need the pottery skill in order to make the tree pots that you need to do tree farming. We're not ready for it yet, but it was such a cheap cost, might as well grab it. I'm going to go ahead, I think, and grab the gardening as well. However, we do want woodmanship, but as you can see, we got a long way to go for that, and I'm not going to wait on that to do the regular farming, especially since the only benefit on this one is greater success when planting trees. So since we're starting with farming first, we're going to grab gardening for the additional seeds, and it'll also possibly give us the ability to, make a pot or two for gardening. So let's go ahead and do that. That is almost all of our additional LP. Let's head outside. Okay, good. No, hostile animals around. Always a risk. And as you can see, let me come over here. I've been losing some of the presents because I haven't been learning curiosities. You always want to keep some curiosities running, as much as you can, because it helps fuel your claims. Speaking of, what is this over here? Why is there a bunch of stuff piled up outside my claim? I haven't been on it in a couple of days. Oh! It looks like someone has left some offerings for me. That's nice of them. Now what's this? Intestines at high... Yeah, look at this. Some of the high-quality stuff got left for us. And I'm not joking here, guys. This one is totally unexpected. Like I said, even the couple of days I was on, I didn't actually step foot outside the cave, so that's neat. All right, we're going to make use of some of this at some point. Okay, okay. Now the question is, do I have enough to expand my territory a little bit? I don't think so. How much do I have left? 185, and I need to go north? No, not north. No, west. Yeah, see, I'm 5 short of even being able to expand the 1. That's okay. We'll figure that out in a little bit. So what we've got here is something we wouldn't have normally gotten to yet. So we got dead. Basically, this is cleaned bats. So is this the hides from the bats? It is. Okay. So what this has done, what this person has done for us, which I'm actually pretty thankful for, is since cleaning the bats would be influenced not only by our survival, but also by the tool we use to do it, these are in better quality than I would be able to get if they had just, say, left the dead bats for me to clean. So now let's see, where is it? The bat wings are a curiosity. So I'm going to go ahead and put one of these straight in here and do that. Now, what do I have? You know what I need? This has changed my route a little bit. Because now that we have some bones to work with, and wow, pretty high quality bones at that, we might want to change exactly what we're doing. Yeah, so this has kind of changed what I was doing a little, but not necessarily in a bad way. All right, let's pop back into the cave here real quick. And I want to see what I can manage. Nope. All right. I do think that maybe this person came through and got all the good stuff from the cave when they were here. I wouldn't blame them, but it is also why I'm going to be claiming the cave entrance eventually. Oh, no, see, there's bats there, and we are not equipped to fight them yet. Let me show you. Unarmed combat is our first real combat skill because the way you learn moves in the game, melee combat isn't useful until you have fought a bunch of creatures to learn the skills that use melee combat. So unarmed combat is where you start, and bats, we're going to want unarmed combat up to a minimum of 15, as well as our strength up to a minimum of 15. That ends up making it reasonably safe to fight bats so long as you're not, pulling down hordes of them. All right. Um, hmm. This is presenting an interesting conundrum. What do I do now? All right. Before I get too much further, let's go over our next major problem, because even with all this stuff, that hasn't changed. Our next major issue is going to be getting the actual crops we want. So see, we got some lettuce seeds, we got some poppy seeds. We, of course, have been gathering up some additional, various types of seeds and things. And that's perception, that's intelligence. I should make a table. Table and chair. We'll get to that eventually, though. Wondrous wood shaving. Oh, I really forgot that was there. I could have put that in. I have the total attention it could have taken. And that takes 10 days, which divide by 3. Yeah, I could have done that in the time I didn't have available to record. Oops. Oopsies. Alright, so we've got a bunch of that stuff. The bones are going to be really useful. Like, I could theoretically... Oh, what's this? Oh, brick paving because I picked up pottery. Okay. I could theoretically go and make myself some better... Oops, not that. Better tools. I could make a better bone saw just by using the higher quality bone that we were left. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a good thing. But I'm getting distracted. So the point I was trying to make here is we do not actually have the seed that we want. We don't have the seed we want. Now, I do need to cut down this tree here. And I do want to get it sort of set up. Let me pop back over here real quick, because it's been long enough that the landscaping thing I did is basically gone. So if I did that, all right. So we need to get rid of that stump, that tree, so we can lay down our stone around. Oh no, wait, hang on. That's not right. Remove that. I did that slightly wrong, because we already have it along this edge. So if I want to do a 5x5, I only need come along here. So I'll just need to remove that one, and those guys can stay for the time being. All right. Anyway, I got distracted again. And let me say that basically what we need to do, I'll talk about it while I move these things inside my claim. Seems like a good use of time. So what I need is to be able... Oh, all right, there we go. Nope, hang on. Nope, come on. There we go. To have some very specific crops. So what the crops we need are very specifically either flax or hemp. Now, of the two, my preference is flax, but it's not... hemp will basically do just as well. These are exactly the same material. I don't know why they did it that is two separate stacks. So the reason for that is that both hemp and flax... Yeah, okay, that's full. Both hemp and flax produce something that is considered a material called finer plant fibers. where basically it is a material that is used for some very specific items. These are items that we need. What we need to start is a herbalist table. The herbalist table does a whole bunch of interesting things. Which key is it? Nope, hang on. What have I done? There we go. Just kind of... There we go. Could you... No? Why is this not... Alright, come over here. Sorry, having trouble getting this positioned where I want it. Really? Oh, it's because there's the rocks there. Duh. Okay. Anywho. What was I talking about? Oh. Boar hides. Wolverine hide. Oh, good. And they left them all raw so that I can convert them myself, and I will get the traits for them. Or not the traits, the discoveries for them. Wow! Some of these are pretty darn high quality. We're going to have to think about exactly what we want to do with some of this. Because as it stands, my skill and tools are going to reduce a bunch of this. Oh. Alright, so now see, these boar tusks are, in addition to being curiosities, also considered bone and considered a finer bone, which is required for some things. Whoa, look at that, 132. These are really good bones. Really good bones. Now, obviously, not so much considering we're now like 5 months into the server. So, literally, this is just probably their trash, that they're like, hey, this is trash, but it is useful to a new player. This person here obviously is. So, thank you, whoever dropped this stuff off. What was I saying? I am totally distracted today. Finer plant fibers, and the herbalist table. So the herbalist table allows us to dry seeds, much like the drying rack does, but it does it way faster, and its quality, while its quality does not affect the quality of the seeds, there are a handful of exceptions. Let's see if I have any of the exceptions. Right here, barley. So the barley will dry to whatever quality seed it is, just like that, but then it germinates. And when germinating, the quality of the barley goes towards the direction of the quality of the herbalist table. You can then actually plant the germinated seeds and get higher quality barley faster. Barley, wheat, and starts with an M. Can't remember the name of the third one. Basically, there are 3 seeds that you can do that with. All of them produce some very similar stuff, but that's fine. All right. The point is, we don't have the seeds we need, so I'm going to have to go out and find them, and I've been kind of grabbing all the stuff that's local, and the way that those wild windstone weeds work is they determine what they are when they spawn, either when they spawn or when they're picked. It doesn't really make a difference, on that. But part of the determining factor is the tile it is on, and there is a certain range of things in a given area. So I will need to travel far if I want to find them, unless my luck has just been really, really bad with the local seeds. So I'm going to go off and do that. And I'm not sure. Let me see. I don't remember how long the first segment was, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap the episode up here. We got this unexpected gift of materials. I'm going to need some time to process exactly what it is I want to do with them. I'm definitely going to be, not this box, the other box, definitely going to be studying these bat wings down. The only other thing you can do with them is you could turn them into a cloak, but I would have to discover them in order to be able to do so. So we're not going to do that right now. Theoretically, once I have an herbalist table, you can actually dry those as well and turn them into a food. But again, not something I have yet. I need to get the finer plant fibers before we can do that. So I will come back next episode, hopefully, with either flax seeds, which would be my preference, or hemp seeds. We can go over the differences between them, finish getting our farming area set up, and hopefully plant some flax. And probably a few other seeds as well. Probably like those barley seeds will go. We will see about that next time. But that is going to do it for this episode. Uh, Probably shorter than normal because I don't remember how long the first segment was, but thank you all for coming out. Thank you for watching. So, until next time, have a good one.